Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be building a squad with 100,000 MT. So this is my no money spent account. Okay, so obviously I have some reward players in here. Basically half my cards are reward players. So I was able to spend some more MT in some areas, but without reward players, what is the best squad that you can get for 100,000 MT? So if you're looking at a video trying to find the best value cards, some good budget ballers, this is the video for you. Now, before we dive any further into that, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we're on the road to 80,000 subscribers. Starting off at the point guard position, we're going to plug in this guy right here. Now, is Fred VanVleet still my favorite point guard in the game? I don't necessarily know or have the answer to. I'm not sure. But here's the thing, okay? For right above 20,000 MT, he's not bad for this value, right? 23,000 MT. Yes, you might have to spend a little more than you want to just because the auction house in general right now is super high. But for 23,000, Fred VanVleet's he's not a bad point guard. He's probably one of my favorite cards in general in the game. And if you break down Fred VanVleet's badges, again, mine's just a base card. Stats badge wise, 83 3 ball, can't dunk, but defensively gonna be just fine with good speed. And then badge wise, you look at all the badges he has, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Just look at the total badge account. Just absolutely insane to me. Now, the next guy we're going to plug in, similar to my no money spent account, so you guys know what I'm saying is legit, is this Amethyst Gary Harris. Now, I just bought the Ruby Gary Harris and evoed him up, and you can save a little bit of MT if you do that. You can honestly make some MT if you just evo Gary Harris all day long. Do I think it's worth it? Probably not. But for 8,000 MT, you can get, in my opinion, one of the best shooting guards in all of 2K. An 88 3 ball, can't really dunk it that well. 83 3 ball, but look at the defense here. 82 steal rating, 86 perimeter defense, 82 speed, 86 lateral quickness. And the thing about it is, he is one of the best shooters in all of 2K. Like, I'm even going to compare him to a guy like Dale Ellis. I mean, he's got an 88 3 ball, which is ridiculous, with a Hall of Fame catch and shoot, the gold clamps to go around with it. You can make the case that when you compare him to guys like Mitch Richmond and Dale Ellis, Gary Harris is better than them. And if you want to make that case, I'm not going to be the one to argue with you, because I think defensively, after using the card, this dude is next level. I love his release. And for under 10,000 MT, he is he's just an absolute steal. That's what I'm going to say. A guy I'm going to plug in here at the small forward position is a card that I think is solid for his price. Do I think Cam Reddish is an elite level player? No, I don't. But for his price of less than 1,000 MT, you're not going to get better than this card. Okay, 6'8", good length, 81 3 ball, decent enough. He's just decent at everything. Decent 3 ball, decent driving dunk, decent ball handle. Defensively, very solid. That's what I will say. Cam Reddish on the defensive end is going to be way better than Cam Reddish on the offensive end. When you look at the badges, he has a total of 25, which isn't bad. Again, some defensive badges like interceptor there. Only bronze, quick first step. He's obviously not the most complete player. He's obviously not the best player in the game. But for 1,000 MT, he's a card I definitely like. So far, we've spent basically 30,000 MT, maybe a little bit more. But again, the auction house in general is just a little bit high right now. That guy at the power 4 position that I'm going to plug in here is Pascal Siakam. Siakam's a card that I've been a big fan of since the start of 2K, and you just haven't seen his price fluctuate that much. He's been consistently at 5 or 6,000 throughout his time, and for 5,000 MT, you're picking up a card that can really do it all for you. 5,000 MT, 6'9", has a decent 3 ball. Look at the defense though. Here's what I really want to say: mid 70s block and steal, upper 70s perimeter defense, 86 interior, so he can battle on the interior, 76 speed, 78 lateral quickness. I think this card is so underrated, especially if you can green consistently with this card. Badge-wise, fantastic as well. I'm going to say it, and I mean it. One of the most underrated cards in all of 2K is Pascal Siakam. So right under 40,000 MT right now, and here's where we're going to spend a lot of our MT. And yes, we're going to spend all 100, maybe even a little more than 100K building this squad. Amethyst Josh Smith. Man, am I a fan of Josh Smith. I am the biggest fan of Josh Smith that there will be in the community. There's not going to be one person higher on Josh Smith than I am, especially if you are on current gen. If you're on next gen, he is still fantastic. But current gen wise, for 28,000 MT, this card is ridiculous. And it's not even his badges, it's his stats. 6'9", 74 3 ball with the smooth release, 90 driving dunk, can't play make. But look at the defense, 92 block, 88 steal, 88 perimeter, 91 interior, great rebounder, 84 speed, 86 lateral quickness. You can make the argument right now that on current gen, he is the best card to play at center in the entire game. You can make that argument. Do I think so? I don't know. I think he is definitely up there. Because with his interior, with his badges, I think he can defend the likes of Wilt Chamberlain on current gen, the likes of guys like Dikembe Temple. On next gen, I wouldn't necessarily quite say that. That's still something I'm going to try out. And I still only play Josh Smith at power forward. Or I still play him at power forward on my account. I'd recommend you guys playing him at center. The dude is absolutely fantastic. So for my starters, I spent around 65,000, 70,000 MT, which means for my bench, I have to spend quite a bit. Now, there's no easy way to say this. The point guard position, it's hard to find a good point guard for cheap right now. You got Dame, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Marbury, you got all these cards, but they're all pretty expensive. So if you can find a Dame for right around 14, 15,000 MT, that's the card I'm going to tell you guys to pick up as your backup point guard. With him, look at a card with an 86 3-ball, good driving dunk. The problem with Dame is he's going to leave a lot to be desired on the defensive end of the court. Offensively, you can still make the argument that Damian Lillard is the single best offensive point guard in the game. And if you want to make that argument, I'm okay with that. But on the defensive end of the court, definitely leaves a lot to be desired. For a moment in the game, Dame was my favorite point guard in the game. But as time has went on, he's just a card that I can't say has gotten outdated, but a card I'm just not the biggest fan of anymore. Shooting guard position, Lu Dort. 3,000 MT, honestly, under 3,000 MT. And he's on my no money spent squad account. This card is absolutely incredible. Is he as good as Gary Harris? No, I'd be lying to say that. But what can this card not do? 6'3", that might scare you guys, but he's just fine on the court. 84 3-ball, 85 driving dunk, can't handle the ball. But look at the defense, 88 steal, 90 perimeter defense, 82 speed, 92 lateral quickness, tendency-wise. So look at the defensive tendencies on this Lu Dort card. Pretty solid. 16 gold badges, including quite a few defensive badges, 6 on silver, 1 on bronze. Lu Dort, you pick him up, you just put him in there as a cone, and he is just fine. He is going to be able to get the job done. Small forward position, again, another guy I think that is massively overpriced is Darius Miles. But with that being said, I say he's overpriced because he's a Ruby. This card's a good card. 13,000 MT is what you're looking at to get a Darius Miles, which I think is maybe a little bit too expensive. We're almost to the point where we can't spend that much more MT on our power forward and center. But Darius Miles, what is he going to give you if you do have him and pick him up for your squad? Here's the thing with Darius Miles. 6'9", incredible shooter with a good release. Offensively solid, defensively going to be able to hold it down. He's just fine all the way around. Badge-wise, he's okay. I will say defensively, I'd like him to have maybe a few more defensive badges. But he's just a fine card. Is he my favorite small forward in the game? No. Is he a small forward that I actually have on my no money spent squad account? No, just because I do think he is that little bit overpriced. A guy that I'm pretty sure came out the same day as Darius Miles, I'm pretty sure, is this James Worthy card. Now, James Worthy a lot cheaper than Darius Miles, a lot more worth his value in my opinion for 6,000 MT, 6'9". 3 balls a little bit lower. That's just something you got to know. But he's going to hold it down, right? Going to be a decent rebounder, decent enough defender. He can shoot the ball well enough with a decent release. He's just a little worse Darius Miles, right? A little worse. Darius Miles a little better stat-wise. But again, at the power forward position, I don't need my power forward to do too much. And last, but certainly not least, at the center position, we're going to plug in Marvin Bagley III. 4,000 MT, a card that actually doesn't play for me right now because I have been playing Mitchell Robinson over him. He is Mr. Inconsistent for me. And when I say that, he's 6'11", I feel like he should be better than he is. With that being said, though, his interior defense is only a 70. So there's a major drop-off when you compare him to a guy like Josh Smith. That's what I will say. But still, for 4,000 MT, I think if you pick up Marvin Bagley, you can get it done. Now, on the flip side of things, if you want more of an inside center, right, you might want to look towards this guy and Rick Smits. It's really polar opposite cards, right? Rick Smits is going to be 7'4". That's about all he's going to give you. Super slow in the court. Whereas Marvin Bagley, a lot quicker, a lot more of a shooter, a lot more of an offensive threat, but he's just not as cheesy. So it's kind of a battle of whatever you kind of want to run. If you want to be a cheese ball, you might want to run Rick Smits because he's super tall. But if you want to stretch big, right, run the pick and pop game like I personally do, I think Marvin Bagley is your go-to option. So when we break it down, guys, these are the 10 players that I would run if I was you guys if I had 100,000 MT. Now, yes, it might be 110, 120K, but that's just because prices are super, super inflated right now. I think if you put together this squad, you can definitely work with these guys. You can compete with these guys. Heck, it's basically my no money spent squad account, plus and minus a few different players because of reward players, because I don't want to buy Darius Miles, those types of cards. But this squad is absolutely fire. It's absolutely elite. And again, I think with 100,000 MT, if you build this type of a squad, you can compete in MyTEAM Unlimited and quite honestly in any type of a setting. So hopefully this video does help you guys out. If you guys are trying to build that budget type of squad, this is the squad that I would recommend. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.